There once was a boy named Daniel. Daniel was a fairly happy and normal child with a deep obsession with Touhou or something. Anyways, on one fateful day, Daniel went to school. It was seemingly just another day for him, just another day of getting swirlies from Chad and being laughed at by Stacy. While in his last class of the day, as the bell rang and everyone began to leave, the teacher told him to stay after class. After everyone had left, the teacher pulled out a picture of Reimu from Touhou with dried out nut all over it. Daniel felt so ashamed. The teacher knew it was him because he wears the same Touhou shirt every day or something. The teacher told Daniel that the only way he could repay for his crimes was to apologize in front of the entire school and officially apologize to all the Jewish students by giving them $6 million to repay the generational damage that the Holocaust caused for them. The next day, Daniel did an official apology in front of the entire school. Halfway through his speech, at exactly 9:53 a.m., some obsessed chud threw an orange juice box at his TWC and told him to act himself. Daniel stood there in shock as he looked at the juice box on the ground. Clearly an ongezellig reference, a show that Daniel hated more than anything due to the amount of heckin' Nazarinos online who liked the show. Daniel began to cry, wondering how someone so bigoted would be allowed in the school, a bastion of diversity. Everyone began to laugh at him, and they too started throwing juice boxes at his TWC as they told him to rope max. Daniel had to get away from it all, so he ran, almost slipping on his tears as he sprinted. Once he had gotten home, he needed a way to forget about it all, so he gooned. He logged on to DeviantArt and without hesitation started gooning to some half-wolf anime girl inflation Yuri drawings made in GIMP by a 42-year-old autistic Vietnamese Discord groomer.
After a long, hard day of gooning,
Daniel still didn't feel any better, so he decided to browse his favorite Mark's subreddit, or Teenage Akami's Groomer Central. There saw a lot of furry posting. He knew now what he had to do. Later that night, Daniel stole his mom's credit card while she was sleeping and purchased a fursuit online. Daniel was now becoming a furfuck. A few weeks later, his fursuit finally arrived. He wore it to school but was shocked by some Amirman on account of him thinking he was an actual animal. At the hospital, Daniel swore to exact revenge on everyone who had ever fucked him over. Once he was out of the hospital, he opened up a Discord server called Underage Furry Hangout. 12 years later, when Daniel was now well into his adult life, he was arrested for grooming over 50,000 children on Discord or something. While in jail, he was aped several times and became a slut for beak respectively. He eventually roped himself in his own cell because he couldn't take it anymore. Autopsy reports showed that he was heavily autistic and hadn't dilated his ex-wound in over 2 weeks. Gross. On the 1-year anniversary of his death, the obsessed chud who had thrown that hateful heckin' Jewish box at him 13 years earlier was now a successful businessman with a ladyboy wife and over 26 kids. This chudsel's company was the most evil company in the world as they had allowed production of Confederate flags in their factories or something. Well, anyways, this bigoted chud was one day having a sip of his expensive wine while he caressed his mimey scop and bore body pillow when suddenly, it happened. Daniel's ghost came back for revenge. The chudsel was dumbfounded at his return, and as he stood there in shock, Daniel's ghost started leaking his clitty juice all over him and gave him COVID-19, which is literally airborne AIDS. This chud was not vaccinated, so he died instantly from the disease. He should never have questioned Daddy Faucet. Anyways, one by one, more people who were mean to Daniel in his life died in mysterious ways or something. Anyways, moral of the stories: don't go to Touhou, especially not at school.